80% of drivers makes maintenance mistakes, and these habits could be shortening the life of your automatic car. Today, I'm sharing the 15 car maintenance tips that would make your car last forever. These are car secrets that make your car engine last over 400,000 miles. Let's dive in. Tip number 1, scan tool diagnostics. Let's talk about that dreaded check engine light. It's not as scary as it looks. These warnings pop up at predetermined intervals, often making you rush to the mechanic. But here's the truth. You can diagnose these issues yourself. With an OBD2 scanner, you take control of your car's health. These handy devices plug right into your car's diagnostic port and instantly tell you what's happening under the hood. For around $30–50, you'll get immediate access to error codes and system statuses. Before spending money on parts or repairs, scan your vehicle first. You'd be amazed how many people replace spark plugs, filters, and sensors when the real issue is something completely different. Modern cars are essentially computers on wheels. Treat them that way, and you'll save hundreds in unnecessary repairs. Tip number 2, air filter. Vigilance. Your engine is constantly breathing, and that air filter is its lungs. We're talking about 10,000 gallons of air for every single gallon of fuel it burns. That's why your air filter is absolutely critical to long-term engine health. Here's a quick test any driver can do. Remove your air filter and hold it up to bright sunlight or a flashlight. Can't see light passing through? It's time for a replacement. A clogged filter makes your engine work harder, reduces fuel efficiency, and accelerates wear on internal components. Tip number 3, spark plug perfection. Those tiny spark plugs might seem insignificant, but they're the heartbeat of your engine's power. Modern iridium plugs can last up to 100,000 miles, but that doesn't mean you should wait that long to check them. When replacing plugs, there are 3 golden rules most people miss. First, always use the exact type specified in your manual: iridium, platinum, or copper. Second, these modern plugs come pre-gapped. Do not try to re-gap them yourself. You can easily damage that delicate iridium tip. Third, and this is crucial, never apply anti-seize compound to spark plugs. The plating is designed specifically to prevent seizing, and adding compound can actually lead to improper torque or even plugs backing out over time. When installing, tighten by hand first, then use a torque wrench set to manufacturer specs. Proper installation ensures efficient combustion and prevents expensive thread damage to your cylinder head. Tip number 4, fluid mastery. If there's one thing 400,000-mile vehicles have in common, it's owners who are obsessive about their fluids. Engine oil gets all the attention, but there are 5 critical fluids you need to monitor regularly. Engine oil should be synthetic if you're serious about longevity. It maintains viscosity longer and protects better in extreme temperatures. For high-mileage vehicles, check it weekly and change it every 5,000 miles, regardless of what the manual says. Transmission fluid is often forgotten until it's too late. That lifetime fluid claim from manufacturers? Pure marketing fiction. Change it every 30,000, 60,000 miles. Your transmission will thank you at 300,000 miles when it's still shifting smoothly. Power steering fluid deserves special attention, especially if your system starts making noise. Here's a pro tip. If your power steering pump whines, especially when cold, try switching to full synthetic power steering fluid. The better flow characteristics often eliminate the noise completely without replacing expensive components. Don't forget brake fluid and coolant. Both degrade over time, regardless of mileage. Replace brake fluid every 2 years and coolant every 3 to 5 years to prevent internal corrosion. Tip number 5, tire pressure, precision. Tire pressure isn't just about a smooth ride. It's about protecting every component in your suspension system. Proper tire pressure distributes weight evenly, reduces strain on bearings, and helps components last significantly longer. Check your pressure monthly, not just when the warning light comes on. That warning typically activates when pressure is already 25% below optimal, which is far too late. Use the pressure recommended on your driver's door jamb or owner's manual, not what's printed on the tire sidewall. Rotate your tires every 5,000, 7,000 miles to ensure even wear, and get alignment checked annually or whenever you hit a significant pothole. This simple routine can double the life of your tires and prevent premature wear on expensive suspension components. Remember, your tires are the only part of your car touching the road. Everything else depends on them doing their job correctly. Tip number 6. Cooling system. Integrity. Your cooling system is constantly battling extreme heat, pressure, and corrosive chemicals, and it needs regular attention to win that battle. At 400,000 miles, almost every vehicle has had its cooling system completely replaced at least once, unless the owner was proactive. Replace your coolant every 3 to 5 years, regardless of mileage. Over time, coolant becomes acidic and loses its corrosion inhibitors, which can eat away at gaskets, water pumps, and radiators from the inside. Here's a quick test any driver can perform. Squeeze your radiator and heater hoses when the engine is cool. They should feel firm but slightly flexible. If they're rock hard, super soft, or show any cracks, replace them immediately. A $20 hose can prevent a $2,000 overheating disaster. And don't forget to check your heater performance. If your heater blows cool air, you might have low coolant levels. This is often an early warning sign of cooling system issues before they become serious. Tip number 7, PCV valve perfection. The positive crankcase ventilation valve might be tiny, but its impact on your engine's longevity is enormous. This simple valve regulates pressure in your engine and prevents oil contamination. When it fails, it can cause everything from rough idling to oil consumption to engine sludge buildup. Check your PCV valve every 30,000 miles with this quick test. Remove the valve and give it a shake. A healthy valve should rattle. Then try blowing through it. Air should flow in only one direction. A stuck PCV valve costs just $10 or $20 to replace, but can prevent thousands in engine damage. It's the maintenance equivalent of cheap insurance for your engine's internals. And while you're checking vacuum systems, inspect all your EVAP system hoses. Loose connections here are often the culprit behind those mysterious check engine lights and emission test failures. Tip number 8. Warm up and cool down discipline. The way you start and stop your engine is absolutely critical to its longevity. The first 90 seconds after a cold start is when over 60% of engine wear occurs. Think about that. More than half of all engine damage happens during those first moments. When you start your car, especially in cold weather, give it 30-60 seconds before driving off. Then keep RPMs under 3,000 for the first few minutes. This allows oil to properly circulate and warm up before you demand full performance. Similarly, letting your engine idle for 30 seconds before shutdown helps turbochargers cool properly and prevents oil from cooking in the bearings. These small habits can literally double engine life on turbocharged vehicles. The 400,000-mile engines I've torn down all had one thing in common: owners who respected the warm-up and cool-down process. This simple habit costs you nothing but a minute of patience and can add years to your engine's life. Tip number 9. Brake system. Brakes don't just wear out. They deteriorate in ways you can't see. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air, which then corrodes internal components and lowers the boiling point. Replace brake fluid every 2 years, regardless of mileage. Most manufacturers bury this recommendation in manuals, but it's critical for longevity. Here's a professional tip most people miss. When replacing brake pads, always open the bleeder valve before compressing the caliper. This prevents forcing contaminated fluid back into the ABS module. A 1,000 repair waiting to happen. And look, beyond just the pads, check caliper movement, rotor condition, and brake line flexibility. These components work as a system, and the weakest link determines your stopping power. Tip number 10. Battery excellence. Your car's battery doesn't just start your engine, it stabilizes the entire electrical system. A failing battery can cause mysterious electrical gremlins throughout your vehicle. Here's something most people don't know. Batteries start aging the moment they're manufactured. When buying a new battery, always check the date code and choose one manufactured within the last month. Clean terminals monthly with a wire brush and apply dielectric grease to prevent corrosion. For maximum longevity, charge a new battery for 1 to 2 hours before installation. This wakes up the cells and ensures peak performance from day one. In extreme climates, consider a battery insulator kit. Heat kills batteries faster than cold, and protecting yours can double its lifespan. A well-maintained battery not only starts your car reliably, but protects sensitive electronics from voltage spikes. Tip number 11. Alternator and belt maintenance. Your alternator isn't just charging your battery, it's powering everything electrical while you drive. For 400,000 plus mile reliability, have your charging system tested annually. Keep belt tension perfect. Too tight destroys bearings. Too loose causes slipping and overheating. Inspect all belts for cracks, fraying or shiny spots, and replace them at the first sign of wear. When replacing an alternator, always replace the belt and tensioner simultaneously. They wear together, and a new alternator paired with an old belt is asking for premature failure. For maximum electrical system health, apply dielectric grease to all electrical connections during maintenance. It prevents corrosion and ensures solid connections for years to come. Tip number 12, emissions system. Your emissions system does more than just help the environment. It's crucial for optimal engine performance. Those mysterious check engine lights often trace back to simple emissions issues that can be fixed before they affect drivability. One of the most overlooked components, your gas cap. A loose or worn gas cap can trigger EVAP system codes and potentially fail emissions tests. It's worth checking the seal and replacing the cap every few years. Inspect all your vacuum lines regularly with a flashlight. These small hoses are often knocked loose during other maintenance work. A single disconnected vacuum line can cause rough idling, poor acceleration, and reduced fuel economy. For high mileage vehicles, consider cleaning your throttle body and fuel injectors every 30,000 miles. Carbon buildup is the silent killer of performance and efficiency, and preventative cleaning can restore lost power and improve fuel economy. Tip number 13, filtration. Focus. Your car has multiple critical filters, and each one deserves your attention. We've already covered the air filter, but what about the others? Your fuel filter prevents contaminants from reaching sensitive fuel injectors. Replace it every 30,000 miles. Sooner, if you frequently buy fuel from questionable stations or run your tank near empty. The cabin air filter impacts more than just air quality. A clogged filter forces your HVAC system to work harder, potentially damaging the blower motor. Replace it annually, especially if you drive in dusty or polluted areas. For modern direct injection engines, consider an oil catch can to prevent carbon buildup on intake valves. This simple addition can prevent thousands in valve cleaning services down the road. When replacing any filter, always compare the old and new side by side to ensure you have the correct replacement. A mismatched filter can allow contaminants to bypass filtration entirely. Tip number 14, fuel system excellence. Your fuel system deserves special attention for 400,000 plus mile reliability. Starting with quality fuel is just the beginning. How you maintain the entire delivery system matters enormously. Keep your tank at least quarter full at all times. This prevents sediment circulation and keeps your fuel pump submerged and cool. Running consistently near empty is one of the fastest ways to kill an otherwise healthy fuel pump. Use a quality fuel system, cleaner every 5,000 miles to prevent carbon buildup and keep injectors flowing freely. For high mileage vehicles, consider a professional ultrasonic fuel injector cleaning service every 100,000 miles. If your vehicle sits for extended periods, add a fuel stabilizer to prevent ethanol separation and varnish formation. Modern fuels can begin degrading in as little as 30 days, causing hard starting and rough running when you return to the vehicle. Tip number 15, documentation and monitoring. Create a detailed maintenance logbook and actually use it. Record every service, repair, and even fuel fill-up with mileage. This practice does two powerful things. First, it forces you to be disciplined about maintenance. What gets measured gets managed. Second, it helps you spot patterns and problems early. Noticing your MPG gradually declining? That's an early warning system for dozens of potential issues you can catch before they become expensive. Take photos of components during maintenance to track wear patterns over time. Document fluid colors and levels with dated images. For the tech-savvy, use one of the many maintenance tracking apps available. They can send reminders and store records digitally. The key is consistency. Every vehicle I've seen cross 400,000 miles had an owner who kept meticulous records. This might seem excessive, but it's the difference between guessing and knowing exactly what your vehicle needs and when it needs it. Subscribe so that you'll always be informed about important tips that'll save you thousands of dollars. Also, Click this video to know the 15 things only experienced drivers knows that saves time and headache.